have our special, and I decided this is the way that we have to do it. We have to give him the main screen. Our chief foreign correspondent, Mr. Roy Guo of the New Federal State of China. What's up, man? What's going on?
I love that. I love that title. Hi guys. How are you doing? I'm reporting
Man,
live. I'm reporting live in San Francisco, where the APEC meeting is happening. And yesterday, she just arrived in San Francisco. I'm just 1 block away from the main venue where the meeting is going to happen. So, very excited.
Roy, you're looking good out there. Can you share with our
much.
audience what some of the signs say behind you? Can you give us a little translation?
Definitely, besides me, you see on the background, they're chanting, take down the CCP. And especially, we have one new slogan called take down the CCP. That's Chinese Communist Party. We're going to take him down. And also to show people that Xi does not represent Chinese people and China. And this meeting is ridiculous. And later, you can see now, like on my right-hand side, on this side of the street, we have hundreds of people. And also on the background, across the street, there are hundreds of people. We have 400 to 500 people here, members of a new federal state of China, to show the world that Chinese Communist Party does not represent, it's the enemy of Chinese people.
And Roy, thank you so much. That's got to be so exciting to be down there doing all that. Just explain to the audience, because they see the blue and white or blue and yellow, and they see the flags. What does that flag represent, and what is that?
That is the flag of the new federal state of China. You can see the stars, that's the stars of belief, 49 stars, and we have blue as opposed to the Chinese Communist Party's flag and the PRC flag. Remember the stars, the bigger stars, the smaller stars at the corner that represent the elites, the CCP elites and kleptocrats and their cronies, and the red color is the people's blood. Right, China and CCP has this concept of sacrifice people and have people's blood to build their own empire. So we are the opposite of the Chinese Communist Party, and now we have hundreds of people holding our own flags, also the American flags, right? The Chinese people, American people, we are all the people, right? We're gonna join together and protest what is wrong, protest the Xi, the dictator, who come here and have any secret or dirty deal, and look at what he's been doing to the city, to what he's been doing to the United States. Right, he unleashed the virus. He export fentanyl that killed 300 people per day. Right, young American people died because of the fentanyl he unleashed, and also the virus killed millions of American people. And now he's coming here for a very long time. He's here, and then he's being like very secret. He has Secret Service opening up the road and put up the barricades, and he demands there should no protests against him. That's his demand to the authorities. And now we're showing them that we are the people, we have a First Amendment right. We're going to be here, we're going to protest him.
You know, I saw earlier where Biden publicly said that he didn't want to decouple from China. That's not his reason for meeting with Xi. He just wants to make things better between both countries. What on the people on the ground, how do they feel about that?
Well, we strongly discourage further cooperation with Chinese Communist Party, because American people and also the authority needs to understand that the CCP does not actually represent us. You can see the numbers, you can see the people. Also, like beside me, not just our group, another group is just beside us. There are people here, and also I heard 300 to 500 people going to show up as we speak in front of Chinese consulate to show that they do not agree with the idea that Chinese Communist Party or Xi can represent Chinese people. So, and now Xi has been purging all the other members, all the other high-ranking politicians in Chinese Communist Party. Now it's becoming CCP, and we need to figure out. And I believe American authority has already starting to understand that. Like Xi, if we just get rid of Xi, then all of the problem, all the root problem, now they're chanting take down the Chinese Communist Party. So now, if we just take down Xi, we'll solve like 99% of the problem that CCP caused.
So just to go back to something, Roy, what are some of the specific issues that the people have behind you? In other words, with the signage, what are the specifics that they're looking for?
If you look at the Chinese in the middle, like with the yellow and white characters, that's a new federal state of China pursuing freedom, democracy, and rule of law, right? And also we have English translation. Actually, it says CCP infiltrates every walk of United States, America, and also the other sign says just take down the tyranny of Chinese Communist Party and establish a democratic China. So those are the basic rights. Like every American can enjoy it right here, but we don't have it. If I do this right now in China, I'd be disappearing in 1 second. We can never have the chance to vote for our own government, to pursue rule of law, and to have the freedom to be here to exercise our First Amendment activity right here. So that's a privilege we have. So we represent the millions of supporters and Chinese citizens around the globe of the new federal state of China, and we must spread the message out.
You know, that's really a powerful thing people need to understand. Those folks flying that blue and yellow flag, that's like when we started flying American flags when England was occupying us. But one thing I noticed in that crowd too, there's a lot of masks. I'm guessing those people aren't afraid of COVID. I'm guessing that's probably for identity protection, if I had to guess.
Right. A lot of us, for example, like for me, I've been showing my face in front of camera, doing shows with you guys for a long time. But a lot of them, they still have associates, families, people they care, people love them in China. And a CCP would go after them, right? But still, like a lot of us, we are not afraid. More and more people. I remember 2 years ago, only like a couple of us show our faces and like following Miles Guo and doing shows and interviews. And now, like this contagious courage go on, and more people willing to show their faces, willing to speak up and show in front of camera. Actually, later in the day, we're gonna have a big show on our own platform. We're gonna have lots of interviews. A lot of people gonna show their faces and to give speeches, and also we have live performance. So that's what's happening right now. And this, I want to emphasize that this courage is contagious, right? The more we do and the more words we spread, I think more people are gonna stand up, more people are gonna realize, even the people now, they're getting paid by the Chinese consulate or whatever to show up and waving the red flag. But I think finally they will understand. They will understand that the Chinese Communist Party is the enemy of Chinese people, and I believe all the Chinese people later are gonna join us.
You know, one thing that I mean, I'm right now. I feel like a proud big brother, because I mean, we're watching y'all in action, and I mean, y'all have really done a great deal in informing and educating many online about what the CCP is and how detriment it is to the United States. And to see the amount of people behind you, and I, that just shows me you didn't fly all those people over there. You didn't fly those people from New York. So that just shows me you have a reach that many people don't even realize here in the United States. Am I right?
Exactly. Like I said, we have millions of supporters around the globe, and locally we have today, I think, over 100 show up just in San Francisco, over 100 people. And Wayne, like I hope you were here. I hope you can come here and feel the energy. Right? They're energetic. They're determined, and they're happy. They're loving each other, hugging each other, and greeting. Just like when we meet each other, we feel like we're just brothers and sisters because we have the same belief of taking down the Chinese Communist Party. And more people are showing up. And also, it's a big contrast, right? Because now, on my left hand side, just down the block, like everything's blocked up, right? Everything they put up the barricades, the Secret Service vehicles, the police officers, and I heard like there are like 4 or 5 blocks just around the venue are all blocked up. And the whole street is clean, and it's never been seen before because there's no homeless, there's no people, right? And also the offices, I think 95% of the offices in the shop are closed down. And I heard that there are 2 lanes of the highway going to be closed down just for Xi. And you can see like how much like power and influence Xi has on the United States, right? That proved our point. Like we always talked about, that the infiltration and his power, his influence on American soil, because like this, our taxpayer are paying for this. And this problem, like I think the reporter has been saying, okay, we need to pay $10 billion to solve the homelessness issue. Right now, like she's coming, and all of a sudden, this all the problems solved, right? And I wonder, like, if they already had the capability to solve all these problems, but they just wouldn't do it, or the people are just not important enough to get this, right? And now, like, it's an empty city, but I feel the energy is very good, and the Chinese dissidents are joining different groups, are like protesting different places. I think APEC meetings are going to happen throughout the week, and also I think Xi and Biden is going to meet in different spots. I think one is Folio Museum, their media coverage, and also protests going on there. And we have a big stage, we have backgrounds here, and in this afternoon we're going to have live stream on Twitter, on Gather, and it's going to be a big show.
All right. Yeah, we did that with the homeless one other time in New York City when they had a Democrat National Convention there. They did the same thing. They went away. But I'll tell you, you can see the influence that Xi has on his employee, Joe Biden, just by the fact that the meeting's in San Francisco. We do this in Washington, D.C., not San Francisco. That's because of proximity to China, in my opinion. I mean, I would imagine that. On some details of this meeting, I'm reading some things, Roy, that the U.S.-China joint climate action is back on track. Have you heard anything about that aspect of this?
Yeah, I think there are going to be different talks on different topics, but I believe none of the topics going to be relevant to the interest of American and Chinese people, because she is coming for different purposes. First, she wants to show the pro CCP elites that he still has to have the influence on the United States, on this administration, and he's doing that right now, and he's accomplished a lot of things. Because look at the environment, look at San Francisco, what San Francisco has done for him, right? Like all the checkpoints, all the Secret Service vehicles, the highway patrols everywhere, just coming for him. And also, I believe Chinese consulates have been spending huge money for all these Chinese associates and PR controlled by the CCP, and they're waving flags on the street. And even there's a special entertainment team arranged for Xi Jinping for performance, like lion dance performance. They were like marching the street, waving those, costume, have the lion dancing equipment, and beating those gans and drums and making noises. And even they're playing the song of the Ode to the Motherland, the CCP patriotic song from the PRC. We can hear it like 2 blocks from the spot where the convoy of Xi just passed by and entered the hotel. So I believe whatever they're going to talk about, like in the museum this afternoon or later in the venue, I think it's not going to be relevant to the Chinese people, because remember, Xi is controlling 1 billion Chinese slaves, right? And also, I think all the deals they're making up, I think the American authority has realized that he cannot represent Chinese people again, and he's not holding up any deal they come up with. Like CCP never holding their promises, right? They always break their promises. Remember last time when President Trump is talking to CCP delegates in 2020, they're still talking about the trade deal, and they strike a good deal, and then all of a sudden they unleash the virus. And look what happened in the following 2 years. And none of the deal ever be like any relevance anymore, because the world's totally changed after 2020.
It's crazy to think about that. And it puts things in such perspective with everything you've been saying, that Xi Jinping comes to one of the larger cities in America. The entire city gets cleaned up. The entire and like scrubbed up. They put in new planners. The entire homeless population, which we've heard for years, like, oh my gosh, these people deserve everything. Every one of them are gone. Like they hauled those folks out of there. They quarantined off blocks with all this pro-Chinese stuff, and our president reports to duty instead of the world leader coming to us. And it just shows how infiltrated and compromised and all the things that you guys have been talking about, Roy, there's got to be kind of a sad feeling of, man, it sucks to be right, to just see how much power that they're exerting over our government. Or am I wrong on that?
Absolutely, Jay. You're absolutely right. And look, APEC is not just about the U.S. and China, right? There are also other delegates, like I think from Korea, from South Korea, from Australia and Canada. They're all world leaders are coming to this event. But look, only she has this capability to lock down streets, to make the city completely different. It's almost like when I walked through yesterday the streets, I feel it's almost like in China, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and also she is keeping his agenda in secret, but our sources been telling us that she's first stop was not in San Francisco. She's first stop was in Los Angeles, right? And it's completely like keeping secret. And then yesterday afternoon he arrived in San Francisco. And if you look at the hotel, he's been covering up with all the black curtains and white cloths and stuff. And he's having like 2 Chinese-made Hongqi sedan, like in his convoy, and with all the Secret Service and police, federal, police officers coming along with him. So I think he's risking taking a lot of risks. Because, like I said, we mentioned before in our show that his personal health issue, and also he's afraid of any surprises like assassination or mutiny like inside China, whatever. So we'll be covering more. Once we got more intelligence on this trip and on himself, we will talk more about it.
That brings me to this point that I don't know any other leader that has made people, like, we watch many other leaders overseas go to China. Okay, they went to China. He went to Africa, but many went to go kiss the ring in China. But for him to do this, he's making people's, maybe all of these people didn't go to China, but he's making people go to San Francisco to meet him there. That's almost like from a seat of strength, right? I mean, but then it could be just optics based on what you're saying, that there are many people out there right now that worry him over there in China.
Yeah, one of the things we probably want to ask is that why this administration and why U.S. authority, because taking down the Chinese Communist Party and realizing the infiltration of Xi is not, it's nonpartisan. I think this is the consensus. But why we still see this kind of meeting? First of all, of course, Xi has a lot of connections and control over in here. In comparison to, for example, Texas, right? So he will be feeling safer to come to California. But on the American side, I think America still needs time to decouple from the CCP, because CCP, like I said, still have their hands on like $7 trillion of investment. And we still need time to move out all of our factories and company stuff. And that's accelerating. That's not decreasing. And this month, last month, we saw for the first time there's a deficit in foreign direct investment in China. So the trend is fixed. The trend is already certain that the United States is going to decouple from China, decouple from the Chinese Communist Party. And in time, there will be an announcement saying that the CCP and Xi is an illegitimate government. They do not represent Chinese people, but still Xi this time to come, first of all, to show all the pro-CCP elites that he still have the power, she's still in power. And second, he also wants to show all these leaders from the new axis of evil, like Putin and other people, that he's in control, and his alliance is going to be strong because he has owned a lot of he has a lot of authorities, let's say, in United States.
I'll tell you, you talk about Xi's influence on the American government. He sent for California's governor before this event, so he could make sure, I want the streets this way, I want this way, I want this way. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. I wonder, Roy, you got to be careful. I'm sure you know that. But have you noticed any suspicious characters? Like we talked about secret police in past episodes. Have you seen anybody shady looking?
Yeah, well, yesterday we were setting up, we were checking the spot, and a lot of people, different, Chinese nationals just approach and ask, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Some of us, some of them just even like approach us really closely, makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable. And also across the street at the same spot, our members standing like they're a small group with 20 people just holding banners and flags and like reads welcome Xi Jinping. They stay there for 4 or 5 hours, and people's been coming over and shooting pictures and videos. But I mean, I'm fearless. I believe people
Yeah,
behind
you are.
the members,
You are.
Yeah.
they're fearless as well, right? Because
Yeah.
we're together. We know we are the majority. We know like the majority of Chinese people, Chinese dissidents, the whistleblowers, and also American people agree with and support us. And you guys support us 100%. So that's the
Yep.
source of our courage.
Yeah, I
Outstanding.
gotta say, Roy, talking about security, every time I see a black van pull up behind you, I'm like, oh God,
Yeah.
is somebody gonna pop out and grab the duct tape in the bag? And all of a sudden there goes
It's
Roy.
like, get off my boy, get off my boy.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, is Taiwan at this convention too? I've seen varying reports that they've got some leadership from Taiwan there as well.
Yes, we've been seeing people from Taiwan, Taiwanese reporters, and also Uyghurs and Tibetans, and also I think Hong Kongers.
Really?
Early this morning, I saw Hong Kongers like they have a joint protest. There are like 400 people in front of Chinese consulate right now. I think they've already started at 9:30. They have a large group as well. We're probably gonna send some people there, or maybe they send some people over here. But the message is the same. Is to take down the Chinese Communist Party. This is the consensus. It's the same message. And just now we have a little group, like I think they're gone already, but just now there are like 10 people. Like one of them they're wearing a costume like Winnie the Pooh, and some of them they're holding signs. They're from a different group, but the message is similar. And like I said, lots of people agree with us. Lots of people support us. That's an amazing thing to see.
Well, look, I know y'all are busy, and I know y'all have a whole lot of things to do, but we'll see you tomorrow. If you can bring a couple of people on, and we want to hear from some of those protesters and what they have to say too. So we look forward. I'll give you the floor before we go to break. Let people know how people can support the new federal state of China, where to find you, and any parting shots.
Yes, please spread the word, spread the information of this happening here. We are not welcoming Xi. We're against Xi. We're against Chinese Communist Party, and there are a lot of us. And we are going to cover this event through the whole weekend. But this afternoon is very important. We're going to have a long live stream on Getter and Twitter at NFSC Speak. And also, if you want to find some other information, you can go to our official website, nfscofficial.com. But this afternoon, we're going to have a huge live stream and performances speaking on a stage. It's at NFSC Speak on Twitter and Getter. Thank you so much.
Great job, Roy.
Keep up the good work. Stay safe, Roy.
We're proud of y'all. We're proud of y'all. The quality is great. It looks great. And just be safe. Be safe. Okay. So
We will.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
We'll be
right back. We'll be right back.
See you.